Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name is Tom Mizzle. You watching my channel Mizzle14, and I'm here doing a review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Season 7, Episode 15, Showing Off. So I'm just gonna get Kirk Rashida storyline out the way. Kelsey met with Kirk at the park. Kirk was there. He said he thought he was gonna have a father and daughter day, just them two, but she wanted to talk to Kirk about that. She went to see Jasmine, and he's like, "Oh, why like that?" I mean, because she wanted to see her brother. That's why. So she met with him and talked to. She met with Jasmine, and talked to her, and she said she wanted to meet Cannon, and she met with Cannon, and they said it was so nice, and she said it was time for you to meet him. And he said, she asked him why you haven't seen him yet and all that stuff, and he was like, he want to take it slow at a time, to make sure everything together and straighten before he go to see Cannon. But I'll say, yeah, you can take it as slow as you want, but at the same time, the boy is growing, and he say you growing and growing, and he don't know you. It gonna be a problem when you try and get his that boy life. So why stop taking your sweet ass Lord's time? You did this, so meet this boy life. Like, come on now, it doesn't take hard. This boy is 2 years old. He needs his father in his life, and whatever you have to make it work, to make it work. Stop backpedaling and stop freaking sitting down and moving so slug like a freaking snail just to see a boy. You hurt Rashida, it's your problem to deal with Rashida. Yes, it's understand because you got his wife and your kids, and there's a lot of touchy situation dealing with somebody outside kid. But at the same time, it's your responsibility to make this move. It's not your daughter's responsibility to make everything right. And then your daughter got yourself together last time about your baby mama. Now she got yourself together this time because she said, you know what? The kid, at each day go by, the day is going shorter, and then one day you never know what's going to happen, so you need to step up and meet your son. And she said, I met with him, and you're going to be good. So I sweetened the blow, so you're going to be able to see him. And so it was kind of like an ambush, because when she turned around, she said, well, you're going to meet your son today. And he was like, what? And he turned around, Cannon was playing with Jasmine at the playground. And they was playing, and it was a cute little young boy. He was all smiles, he was all happy, he was enjoying himself. I don't know, maybe his cameras was behind that he was looking at, stuff like that. But every time you see Kelsey, he extra smiles, like his smile get wider. Which I would say it was so nice to see that little boy happy. And Jasmine said it's so nice to Kirk to see her son, and that's all I want him to do, is to be there. And just want Cook to be in Cannon's life. That's all she really wants. Well, now it's trying to step up, stop popping up. You just need to stop popping up now. I mean, you got to talk to Rashida. Rashida told you what's happening. You need to stop. Now you did your dirt. Now you just gotta do what you gotta do to raise your son, whether or not Kirk will be in your baby's life. That's all you gotta do, Jasmine. And Kirk, you need to step up. So later on, he met with Rashida. Oh, before that, Jasmine took a picture of them, and I think she posted up on social media. And you know Rashida gonna find it or find out about it. So she wanted to talk to him because she saw the social media post, and she was kind of upset that he didn't communicate with her. And she said the part of our relationship is communication. If we don't have that, we're gonna have trust, respect, and communication. And we not having that, it's gonna be a problem. So he came to the store, and she was like, yeah. He said, what you had, well done, what you did. And he said he met with Kelsey for a father and daughter day. She said, well, it seemed like you did more than a father and daughter. And he said, well, she added a little extra surprise to the father and daughter, a little twist. And actually it was Cannon. Yeah, she said, oh, I know, because I saw the post. This is the post? And it showed the post of him swinging Cannon in the air and holding him. And he told her the whole spiel. And after she heard everything, she was like, okay, whatever. And he said he just want to make sure that his kids can meet his brothers and sisters, and make sure meet you at one day at a time. And if she do all things, she said, I had no problem the kids meeting Cannon because that's their sibling. It's going to actually eventually meet him. But for me, it's going to take me some time to meet the boy. So don't rush it. Let it be. But if you want to set something up, if you want to be with your son's life, you go ahead and be with your son's life. If you want your son Cannon to meet our kids, it's fine. But it's going to take me longer to come in terms with it. So I was like, that was a good thing. I mean, Rashida be responsible. She didn't blow up too bad on him. Because at the end of the day, it's a kid. And he didn't do anything. He didn't actually be born in this world. The adults did the actions. So I guess it's just what it is for them to make sure to make this work. So that was that. So then we get Estelita. It started off, the episode started off with Estelita coming out of the car. And basically was on her not photo shoot, video shoot for her single La Patrona. Now, we know Estelita cannot sing, and she did a terrible job when she last performed. So in this whole little thing with her background singing going, usually when people showcase their music, they showcase their voice. Now, it was just God voiceover. And it was like, what is she singing? That's her singing, and that's not even her singing. It's some my guy. And I said, when we gonna hear her voice? And especially, of course, it was in Spanish. So I'm not knocking anybody Spanish speaking people and that stuff, but I don't understand the words. I mean, it's nice. It had a nice little beat to it and everything. And to me, it looked like she was more like a video vixen model than a freaking singer artist of the track. Because I was like, when she was doing the scene, I was like, is she the video model or is she the artist? Like, where is she singing? She's not singing no words. And on the one part she was mouthing the words, it was two guys singing. So I was saying, is she freaking lip singing the words or what? Because I was like, that's not your voice, Esther. Let's hear your voice. But no, that's why, because she can't sing. So that's why they like showcase with her voice. So that was that for me. And she was like that. She happy that Stevie stepped it up because she said the Texas trip was crazy, but it would have been better if Stevie was there. And Stevie was working on his child support case issue that is going on. And also he was grinding and helping her get her music video together. So she is so happy about that. So Spice was there to support and everything. I guess Spice and Esther became good buddies because Esther stuck up and was standing behind Spice doing the fight with her as Tokyo. And Sierra was on the side too. And then they started clowning Just Britney. No, Esther said, oh, what happened to your other artist, Just Stick a Butter? Something she said, and it was started laughing, and Spice started laughing. And now, speaking of Spice, I think Spice become a little bit more messy now. And I like Spice, I like her music, but her on the show is like, she's doing way too much now. It's like she's doing extra for no reason, and you really got a big name, and you don't want people to tarnish. You don't want people to lose focus or lose interest on you, Spice, because of how you coming on the show, you becoming way too messy, and you in everybody's business. So, Just Britney, no, Esther and Spice was clowning Just Britney, clowning her name and everything, and she wasn't even there. And I said, guess Just Britney is the bomb bitch because everybody talking about her and she's not even around all the time. So Shooter came in. He said he want to get together this anti-violence rally because remember his son got shot doing a gun violence, and he said he want to put that stop and get supporters to help him. And I said that was nice to have that done. And during this time, Spice asked Shooter. No, Spice was like, are you Sierra's ex-husband? And he said, no, we about to be getting divorced. And she said, oh, because she was telling her that she was all really divorced and she was all happy-go, good two shoes when she already still married and didn't want Big A Roscoe. I said, what is your problem, Spice? That's not your issue. That's not even your problem to even deal with. So why are you concerned about what's going on? And that's what I said. That's what's another thing. I don't really like Spice in this season so far because she's too messy. Like, she in everybody's business and she don't need to be. She just let us stay. I thought she was gonna be in this show to just showcase her music, cross over to the American side, do business and not be messy. I thought she was gonna do the kind of like, who other person? I forgot who the other person in the other series, but somebody who just come in and do their music and that's it, like K Michelle or something like that. Not K Michelle. Oh my gosh, I forgot her name. Keisha Cole, that what it was. I was like, oh, I thought she was doing a Keisha Cole movement. Keisha Cole did some scenes. She was in too much of drama. She was doing the music, and that's it. That's how I thought Spice was gonna be, but I guess that's not. So, sorry, y'all. I'm looking at my notes. So, then they said in process of signing the papers. So let's move into the divorce signing. Now, Sierra and Shooter met together, was at the office. This lady came with the papers. And I would say, how y'all sign the papers? I said, do usually when y'all sign the papers, you have your lawyer present or something? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know the legalities between signing divorce papers. But usually you have your lawyers, both sides have lawyers present. And they look at the contract, look at the thing with you to make sure y'all not signing nothing stupid. And then y'all both sign. But they had no lawyer there. They were talking to each other, saying that Sierra said Shooter hurt her, did a lot of the dirt. They was together for a long time, and she was hurt. And she said when she was hurt, she ran and everything. And Shooter had much to say. And they went to sign the papers. So the lady came in and said that once I signed the papers, I sent it to the judge. He would sign it, and the judge would sign the judgment of decree. And you get the papers in 10 days, and you'd be officially divorced. So I was like, okay. And they say they still have kids. They have kids together, so they say she's still gonna be a family. They cannot separate from their life. Even though they're divorced, they still bounded for life because they got kids together. So they still gonna see each other. So, but at the end of the day, they just can't be married with each other because Shooter messed up. Now, continue on. Tokyo. Tokyo was performing, and she was doing her little thing, her performance. I don't know what song she was singing, but she was performing, and Tobias was there. And also Keely was there. And you know, Tokyo don't really like Keely too much because Keely was messy, because at the first time she even met Keely was off the A-wall with all about talk about Sierra, how this is Sierra, and she should have been there and everything. She not a good wife. And Tokyo was like, who is she? And then she was doing like little hitting messages about Tobias and Carly at one time, and Tokyo didn't like her. So she saw Tobias hugging Keely, and she said she had to keep her cool for affairs, but inside she's seeing red. I was like, girl, if you're supposed to be over Tobias, why are you seeing red? I don't know why all that stuff, but it comes to the point that she's not. We learned to find out she's loved Tobias. She's not over him. She just said like what the hell he did to her, but she's not over Tobias at all because she can put too much energy towards him, and he taking too much energy for her. For her to focus, not to focus. Every time he's in a room and everything, she's always cornering, zooming in on what he's doing, and then she get upset about what he's doing. So after she performed, she was in the back room, whatever she was at, and before that, Keely and Tobias was talking, and Keely said she wanted to apologize to Tokyo because she said she came off the wrong start. She could make ends meet. She was looking for talent and everything, so she wanted to squash the beef with Tokyo. But you know, Tokyo was not hearing it because she don't like Keely. So when he came to the room, he brought Keely with her. She said, "Oh, you can escort that bitch out. I don't want to tell her. I do not want to deal with her. I don't like a bitch that I can't stand in my face." And he brought her here. So Keely said, "I got you angry, and you want to talk to me. You had a good performance, and I'm leaving." She said, "Thank you," and out. She said, "Why you bring this bitch here? You know I don't like her." And he said she wanted to apologize. So what? I don't care about apologies. So what? And I fuck with her. So at that time, she was so done with Tobias. She didn't want to hear him out. She said, "It's over. It's done." And you know, Tobias like that freaking fuck boy to that. So he was like, "Oh, this, that. Not gonna give up." So later on, Tokyo met with Sierra, and she was going to this freaking community center to talk to a lot of females and young women about confidence, loving themselves, and being there for each other, and accepting your own self, and going to a positive light. Basically a role model to these girls, and giving them little insights, giving them encouragement that they needed. And she brought Sierra with her. Sierra talking in the car. Sierra told her that she signed the papers, and Tokyo was like, she never would think that Sierra would sign the papers or be serious about that. And it's actually happened. But Sierra says she's done, she's over, she's free, she can do what she needs to do, and she's happy. But Sierra was pushing for Tokyo. She said she know how Tokyo feel about Tobias, and she was like, hold on, I was rooting for Tobias. I know Tobias could do his messed up shit, but he's a good guy, and I know how she feels about him. So she said, can you talk to him at least one more time? Right, in the issue, because I know you feel it for her. You still really for Tobias. And she said, yeah, I love him. So I was like, oh, She loved Tobias. She don't like Tobias. She loves Tobias. And I was like, oh, that says something because you're not completely over him if you say you was over him. So when she went to the center and she was talking to the females, the woman in the room, Melissa was there too, and Tobias showed up. And after a while, she was doing a good speech, and when she saw him, she started stumbling. I said, "Oh, girl, get your act together. You don't be stumbling your words and stuff." But she got herself. She got herself together, and she continued on the conversation with the ladies. It was a nice conversation out of work. And then one lady said she had a problem with her dark skin. Another one said she after her son, her body started not looking right. Teddy started sagging and stuff. So it's just like to love yourself and love who you are. And so after that, Sierra, Sierra told Tokyo that she kind of went behind her head, behind her back, over her head, and invited Tobias to the center to speak so they can have a conversation and talk. And Melissa said, "Are you sure you will talk to Spice because you was fighting Spice over him?" And she said, "No, my issue was not with Spice or whatever those other stuff, Carly. My issue was with Tobias." And she said, "Well, do you really like him?" She said, "Well, I love him." And that's what Melissa said, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, she still love him." And that's what I'm saying. That was all the stuff she's doing. She still loved Tobias. That's what she saw in her feelings when he be doing things. Because if she was really done and she didn't really like him, she wouldn't give a fuck or care what Tobias is doing. She was just gonna continue on what she was doing, and that's it, and leave her. But so she's so bothered about Tobias or who she messing with, or anybody come to her about Tobias, she get offensive, get upset because she's still feeling him. That's what it is. So and I see with Tobias and Tokyo when they talking, he was deflecting, he wasn't owning up to any other stuff, and I was like, what's going on? So I was like, Tokyo, I was like, Tokyo, he's not really apologizing. He wasn't even apologizing at all. And he was like deflecting and saying, "Let's take you out to dinner." And she was all blushing. She said, and I was like, "Oh, girl, he got you. He got you. And whatsoever, but he got you." So later on, Estelita and Spice told Stevie J about the little fight in the beginning of this episode. BK Bosco and Sierra and Tokyo and stuff like that. And Estelita was saying BK Bosco was in her face, talking to her, doing a lot of calling her a bitch and everything. And Steven didn't like that. And you know Stevie and Estelita is messing with each other, so he said he had to step. So Sean Garrett and BK Bosco was in the studio. BK Bosco was rapping. I was like, what the hell he was rapping about? But he was rapping. And he invited Stevie J to come to look at his artist. And I guess Stevie J came. BK was like, he was looking kind of nervous. I said, why are you looking so nervous? Because I think he know that Estelita told him what happened. So he know that Stevie J was going to go there to talk to him about it, to check him. And he said, I know Stevie J going to check me, but there ain't no man going to check me about no female. And so they had a little talk back and forth. At the end of the day, they apologized. He apologized, and Stevie said, okay, whatever. So then we get the showcase. This big performance that we all been talking about Estelita's showcase. You know, Erica wasn't doing it. Just Brittany didn't sign the contract because so she can't perform. So it was only Estelita. And Estelita performed. I'm still not convinced she could sing because at the same time it was like she was dancing and she singing the song and it seemed like it wasn't her voice. It was still that guy voice. I said, who is she singing? Like I was like, come on now. If we can't hear your voice, it's not you. Erica's loud as usual. Very loud as well, all the time. So Erica and Stevie is beefing because I guess Stevie asked when Stevie was met with Sean, he was like, I heard you working with Erica. And he said, can she sing? He said, well, she got something, and Stevie has a little thing about it. And so Erica got wind of it from Sean. Erica sent a DM to Stevie, said, "I'm gonna make you my bitch," and this and that. Kind of rattled his feathers, and Stevie got the DM, and they kind of a little beefing. Cause Erica didn't like that. He went behind back talking about her. So during the midst of it, after the perform, Stevie J sat down with Sean, BK, Spice, Carly, and I think Melissa was there too. And they was talking, and Stevie said, "Yeah, everybody think I'm taking advantage of her, and I'm like taking control and everything." And he said, "Not like that. Yes, we messing around. Yes, I'm a womanizer, but he said if I see somebody working hard and have the talent and pushing, I'm gonna work hard and fight." And Exodus said, "Yeah, yes, he's messing around, but I'm not gonna let anybody stop in my way of performing and doing what I gotta do and grinding to make my career going." So all this time was talking, I forgot, yeah, Sean and Carly had the words. Carly said, "Oh yeah, of course he messing with Erica. He messing with any woman who has a freaking split and all that stuff." And Carly would be say, "Oh, Sean is thirsty," all that stuff. I said, "Whatever." And he said, "Sean needs to grow some hair. I got some things, my toupee in my bag." I was saying, "Carly, your bird ass, stop it." Then at the midst of it, they talking. It was a fight breaking out, and the fight was between Savannah, Stevie J's daughter, and Erica. And Savannah is very protective of Stevie, if y'all don't know that. Anything that happened, especially like last season, she was about to go off on Jocelyn, or to fight Jocelyn at that table. Then Savannah wanted to fight Erica, because Savannah saw the DM about father, and she's so protective. She was like, "Step to me, I gonna beat your ass," or like that, all stuff, because you know Stevie J ain't gonna hit a woman. So Savannah got to deal with it. She thinks she could handle Erica. Erica provoking her, taunting her. She said, "You gonna be my bitch, and this and that, and all that stuff." And Stevie J trying to calm Savannah down so she won't get into trouble. And after that, left. So they calmed down. Erica and Stevie had some words, and they going back and forth. And she said a DM, and she said, "Oh, I sent him a DM and said you gonna be my bitch and all that stuff." And you took all my back saying I can't sing, and craziness. And he said, "I was asked that." She said, "Well, you didn't ask me that when you trying to sign me, but now you're concerned about my singing." And they were going back and forth. Esther jumped in a little bit and said, "That's not right. That's not right." And Just Brittany walked in. And Just Brittany said, since they act up and cut up in her performance, she want to go there. And I guess Just Brittany is the threat to them, because no matter what, they all freaking hate this girl. Don't like her at all. Keely, Spice, Erica, Estelita. I would say, why all y'all is jumping or going on with this one female? She's on here by herself, and y'all all at her. And it comes to like, I said, first of all, Spice, what the hell you got to do with it? What is your beef with Just Brittany? The only people who had a problem with Just Brittany was Estelita and Erica. Keely has a problem with her somehow, because Just Brittany checked her and said, like, you wasn't rocking with me. So, and I think Keely, I think somebody threw a drink to somebody in the face. Whatever. They had words. So I understand why Keely, Erica, and Esther didn't have a problem with Just Brittany. But why Spice is in there? Spice is only there because Esther didn't be from her, so she speaks from her. That's why I said, Spice, you need to step out of it because it's not your thing. So they all jumped up, want to fight this one and the female. I said 4 against 1, and she said 5, so I don't know who the other person was. I think it was Carly, but I didn't see Carly in the midst. All I saw was those 4. And they was jumping, fighting. They got Just Brittany out. And Just Brittany's calling the Taco Tuesday twins. I saw them rolling. Because that was funny. Taco Tuesday twins. And in the midst of it, Erica was pouring a drink in a shoe, thought it was Just Brittany's shoe, was Estelita's shoe. And Estelita said, "Erica, that's my shoe." And Erica was like, "Oh, shit." I started laughing. But, in the other episode, Stevie said he didn't like how Erica rolled, so he wanted to go step to somebody who know Erica, who can put her place on, who has some dinners with her. And here we go, is Rich. So it's like, that's the only person. I was saying, I thought he was going to get another female. To me, I was excited. I thought it was going to be Jocelyn. I was like, fuck it, let Jocelyn step up to Erica. Shit. she would try to take my space so bad, but it was Rich. Of course, Rich and Erica had dealings in the past for a long time, and Rich Erica was messing with Rich and all that stuff. He was a manager and all that craziness. So that's how they ended. They hugged. They tapped, and dapped each other up, and they hugged it out. And that's how the episode ended. So we're gonna start off Rich coaching Erica soon in the next episode. So that was all. Like I said, it wasn't too much, but that's Atlanta, y'all. Hope y'all like this review. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. It's Mr. 14. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.